Hi kids, it's time to leap into a world of exploration, discovery and joy with our next Leap Into Learning session for 2021. Now over to our host for this week, Mrs. Bragg.
Well, welcome back everyone. I'm so glad you enjoyed last week, and I loved seeing all your pictures on Facebook and sending them to us of all the exciting rainbows that you made with the Skittles, and also the wonderful, amazing chalk drawings that you did on our black paper. So thrilled to see them. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to this week. This week we are looking at literacy, our skills of reading and writing. And we're going to have a lot of fun looking at books, storytelling, and doing some craft to help us with our storytelling. Let's see what we're going to next. Well, this week I have a very special story, one of my favourites, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Oh my goodness, look at the bright colours in this book. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. The tiny little egg on the leaf. Looks like the moon's got a face as well. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. I can see him, he's tiny over there, isn't he? He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomach ache. I bet he did with all that food. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. Oh wow, he turned from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. And I can see some incredible patterns and colours on the beautiful butterfly. I can see antenna, and he looks like he's going to fly high in the sky. I wonder if you have ever seen a butterfly flying with lots of bright colours and patterns. Hope you enjoyed the story. Well, books are a wonderful way for us to learn about letters and sounds, but also about life as well. Let's have a look at some of the pictures in the book and see if we can play a game called I Spy to help us with our letters and sounds. I could see some pictures here from our story of the hungry caterpillar, all the food that he ate. A great way to help us is to learn our letters and sounds is to play I Spy. Well, I spy with my little eye something on this page that starts with the sound k, 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 k. And I could k for cat, but I can see a cake. So have a look here. If I put a k with our cake, and I have made the connection that I spy with my little eye something beginning with a k, it is cake. Wonder if you can help me with the next one. I spy with my little eye something beginning with all. Oh, let's have a look. Ice cream? No, that doesn't have an all sound. Pickle? No, that doesn't have an all sound. Cheese? No, that doesn't have an all sound. Salami? No. lollipop, lollipop. Oh, that does have an all sound. So I spy with my little eye something beginning with all, lollipop. I can put the all next to it. Now, or the L, the letter L makes the sound all. And now I'm going to do one more. I wonder if you can help me this one. I spy with my little eye something on this page that starts with the sound w, w, w. Let's have a look, have a think. Now we know salami, no. Lollipop we've already got as all. Cherry pie, no. Sausage, no. Muffin, no. Watermelon, watermelon. Ah! I spy with my little eye something beginning with watermelon. And there's our w sound that can match with it. So I've worked out that cake starts with a k, lollipop starts with a l, watermelon starts with a w. So I've connected my sounds with the pictures. Another way we can learn about literacy skills of reading and writing is storytelling. To help us with storytelling, I love to do some craft. Making parts of the story so that you can create the story in your own way is one way we can do it. So let's have a look at some craft of making our caterpillar and our butterflies. So today, let's have a go at making our caterpillar from the story and some butterflies, 2 different butterflies that you can create as creatively as you like. Now, firstly, I'm going to make the body of our caterpillar. I can get a pencil or a texter, it doesn't really matter what, and I'm going to do 4 big circles as best I can. Of course, you can ask Mum and Dad to help, but I reckon you children are very clever. You can have a go at doing this yourself. So I've drawn 4 big circles on my green paper. Then I'm going to draw 1 circle for the face on the red piece of paper. Then on the yellow piece of paper, I'm going to draw 2 tiny ones. As you can see on our caterpillar, are going to be 2 eyes. Now, I enjoy using coloured paper, and if you don't have coloured paper, that's okay, because you can use white paper and you can colour it in using your coloured textures or pencils. So when I cut around the circle. I like to leave the black line because it gives me an outline for my caterpillar. Doesn't matter if you don't, it's all up to you and how you do it. Now, when you're using scissors, be very careful and have Mum or Dad just close by because scissors can be a little bit dangerous if we're not careful. So now I have my 4 parts of my caterpillar and my head. So to glue it together, I turn it over. I get my glue stick. And again, please feel free to get Mum or Dad to help you with any of this. And I put a little bit of glue just on the edge. I've got to get this right. Just on the edge there. And I glue it to the side. So there's 1. And I can turn it over. A little bit on the side there. Don't put glue all over it because it will go in the middle. And we don't want the middle glued. We just want the edge glued. The edge is the side of the circle. Now, I'm thinking of how I'm going to retell the story as I'm making this. And I can retell the story in many different ways. I can describe what the caterpillar's like when he first came out of the leaf, and then I can describe how he is at the end when he turns into a beautiful butterfly. So I can then turn it over and I have the start of my caterpillar. Now, the next thing I need to do, of course, is cut out my eyes. At the circles of the yellow circles that I made for the eyes. So I had the 2 eyes, and then I put a bit of glue on the back of them and stick them on my face of my caterpillar. Could always give my caterpillar a name too. Now I'm going to choose a green to draw the middle pupils of the eye for the caterpillar. And of course, if your glue's not going to work like mine doesn't sometimes, I always have handy sticky tape ready. So let's have a look at my caterpillar so far. He's done well. Now, one thing I did need to do is to actually draw and get some antenna. Now, you just need a piece of white paper for that. Then I just grab a black crayon or texture or pencil, it doesn't matter what, and I can draw 2 big tall antennas like this, and I quickly colour it. Then I can get my scissors, always put my things away once I finish to tidy up as I go, and I get my antenna and I cut them out with my scissors very carefully. Then I can simply put a little bit of glue on the bottom of them. Make sure they're the right way. 1 antenna, 2 antenna. So I then have my caterpillar. But to make it a puppet, I can use my paddle pop stick. Now this is probably best with a little bit of sticky tape. You can try some glue, but I found that the sticky tape is best to help that stay on like that. And there we have, one thing I did forget, his nose. I can just get my black texture pencil, and if you like, it's like a little triangle for his nose.
And Mrs. Bragg, what about a mouth so he can eat all the things
I think a mouth is a perfect idea. We need to do a mouth and a big happy smiley mouth for our caterpillar. So now we're going to make our butterfly for our story. Very quickly and simply, I'm going to use a texture or a pencil, and I'm going to trace my fingers. Or you could get Mum or Dad to help you with this. So then I have 2 hands. Very simply, I get my piece of paper that I've traced and I cut out my hands. And I have now found that I have 2 wings. If I put them that way, then I can see that they are expanded out like wings. Then I get my spoon. You will need some sticky tape for this one actually. It's much easier with sticky tape. The glue probably won't hold it. Sticky tape the spoon to the wings. And the other way is to sticky tape the wings together at the back as well. Very quickly and sensibly do that. And then I have the start of my butterfly. I'm going to get my texture or crayons or whatever I've got. I'm going to put 2 little eyes for my butterfly. And a big happy smiley face, and you know what? A very similar nose to what the caterpillar had, because it turns from a caterpillar into a butterfly. I'm also going to go back to my yellow paper that I had from before, and I'm very carefully going to cut out some antenna. And then again I use some sticky tape, and I can simply sticky tape them on the back. Now I have made the start of my butterfly. He doesn't look very pretty, does he? What we need to do now is I need to decorate my butterfly, and I can use lots of bright colours. I can draw little patterns or love hearts, whatever I like on my butterfly. And I can draw swirls, and I can draw other swirls the other way, and I could use different colours. So now I have my butterflies and I have my caterpillars. We've been able to do the craft to retell the story. So boys and girls, now we're going to use our puppets to retell the story of the hungry caterpillar. So I'm going to start with the little caterpillar. There once was a little caterpillar, and came out of a little egg from a leaf. He was very hungry. On Sunday, he ate an apple. On Tuesday, he ate 2 pears. On Wednesday, he ate 3 bananas. On Thursday, he ate 4 oranges. On Friday, he ate 5 pineapples. On Saturday, he ate a piece of cake, a salami, a sausage, a muffin, some more cake. He ate chili. He ate watermelon. But then he had a stomach ache. The next day, he had a rest and ate just a tiny bit of a green leaf. When he woke, he was a big, fat caterpillar. He was so tired, he made himself a cocoon. And he stayed there for 2 weeks. After that 2 weeks, came out of the cocoon a beautiful, pretty butterfly. So that's how I can retell the story of the very hungry caterpillar. We also can learn about writing. Writing is where we hold a pencil correctly, and at the moment we get used to tracing some letters. Now in your pack, you'll hopefully find some of these tracing sheets. So I take the lid off my texture or my pencil, and I hold my pencil correctly like this, and I start and I go along the line. Now we are learning on this page how to write the letter O or O. Now we have our cheese here because they've got some holes in there with the letter O in it. So I trace my letter around, and I always start at the top. Start at the top and go around and around. And I can come down to the big one, and I very carefully try and stay on the line as best I can, trying to hold my pencil correctly as well. Let's see how you go with your tracing, and I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. And of course you can colour when you're finished. Well, now it's time for our song. Today, I thought we could talk about feelings in our song, If You're Happy and You Know It. So please join in with me. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, and you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! Now we can use our butterfly. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. If you're happy and you know it, and you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. Oh, well done everybody. Thanks for joining in. And thank you so much for joining us today for our Literacy Leap into Learning. Really appreciate you joining us. Please feel free to send in all the wonderful things you're doing at home. We'd love to see them. Now we have 2 weeks break. It's the school holidays, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time for our next Leap into Learning, Map My World. Thank you for joining us. Have a good week. Bye, everyone.
Well, thanks, kids, for leaping into a world of learning here with us at St. Martin's. And thank you, Mrs. Bragg, for taking us on this adventure. Until next time.